This is Wangoi Gisobi, and today I'm going to talk about red flags at the job place. And when you talk about red flags, especially in the education sector, this is as it pertains to BOM, that is Board of Management Teachers. And most of these red flags tuliziona mara ya kwanza, and we didn't run away from them, so we chose to stay there. And most certainly we're not paying for our ignorance. And I want to show you how to spot some of these red flags and to run as fast as you can. Immediately you spot the first one. You don't have to stay there and wait and wait and wait. And how I'm going to do it, I'm going to narrate my very first experiences and how I navigated them, and I was able to save myself from them. So it's the second day of my teaching as a BOM teacher, and I've just lost another job that I'd worked on for a year, and now it's January of another year and I'm scouting for jobs. And I'm invited to an interview to this job in Mount Kenya region, and I go for an interview on 8th of January, 7th actually of January of that year. Kufika kwa gate, the watchman, the guard, not the watchman, the guard is a woman. Okay, that's not a problem really. But amevaa rubber shoes za red, zimefade. To add on to that, to make it worse, akona kitambaa imefade. I guess it was a red kitambaa and she has a faded red kitambaa. I'm like, oh my god, God, I don't want to work here. Now that's not it all. That's not all. Now I'm shown to the administration block where I should wait for the director, since it is a private school, and for the people who will guide me through, because I'd come for the interview. And I sit there outside waiting, and I'm shown to the receptionist office, the secretary, and she actually has a very, very bad attitude. I'm like, I associate bad attitude with poor work conditions. So most likely this job is not it for her. So akona attitude. Was she chewing? I can't remember, but I remember her exiting the office akaenda towards the classes, since zilikuwa zimeshikana, and her shoes zimeisha side moja, but she's smelling nicely. She has a very, very nice fragrance. Her perfume, her cologne was really nice. I'm like, but mbona akona attitude? Because she really did show me a very bad attitude. Because Eliza may think people who don't get paid and get paid on time and get paid well wanakuanga na attitude. So God, I don't want to work in this place, but since I'm already here, let me interview. Now minutes later, the curriculum coordinator, that is the senior teacher, and the deputy wakakuja. I know they were engaging me and they were asking me where else I've taught and how it was and how my teaching career journey is so far, and I'm engaging them. And they tell me, before you can meet the director who will give the final verdict, who will interview you, will give you a form where you should fill your personal details and everything that you're required to fill there. And one of the things I was also required to fill is my salary expectation. And ili appear, I guess twice on that paper, and I was filling 2 forms. I can't remember quite well, but I remember about the salary, I was filling it twice. And I'd done a little research on how much private schools pay. Mimi nikiangalia kwa likizo website, ni around, I guess, around 45 there, nini. So I write my salary expectation. And then kidogo I'm shown to the director's office. Remember, it's a private school. Nikaenda and I introduce myself. I tell her a little about myself, my subject combination, mambo mingi. And then she asks me, what's your salary expectation? I'm like, I've written there. Because yeah, but I'd like you to say it by word of mouth. I want to hear it from you. And compare, it's not any different from what I've written. This is what I expect you to pay. Because kidogo. And let me digress a bit. By there's something I never mentioned. Uko kwa ofisi, you remember now I already have an attitude towards the school, because mbona vitu za secretary zimesha said moja, mbona watchman ni a woman and she doesn't have the uniform ya guards, na mbona like her clothes, her appearance, her coverings are not in good shape. Hey, now when the senior coordinator came, when the senior teacher and the deputy teacher came, they were in oversized suits, and the suits were faded. And in contrast to that smell, I don't know, I'm like, aki god. No, I'm not shaming anyone, I'm just saying like the state of things. I'm trying to just oppose the two things. I'm like, what? Aki god. Anyway, so, and even the shoes, ukiangalia the state of shoes ni nini, but they smelled of hope and despair like. So I'm like, what? I like just looking at them, the shoes are in bad shape, so are the clothes. I'm like, aki god, honestly, mimi like I would most certainly, I badly need a job, otherwise I'll go insane. But much as I need a job, this ain't it. This ain't it for sure. So now I'm at the, just a minute. Yeah, sorry. Now I am at the director's office, and she's asking me about my salary expectation. Na namwambia it's written, and she's telling me nataka uniambie wewe mwenyewe. So I tell her this is what I used to get in my previous workstation, and like looking at all the research I've done about how much you offer, I'd be glad mkinilipa. I'll actually say the figure. I told her 45, as I've written there, 45k. Najua watu wa corporate wanashanga 45, why are you getting paid 2 shillings? But well, that's the reality on ground. Teachers are BOM teachers, PTA teachers, and actually later the commission doesn't remunerate teachers so well. And I think it's what do we say, it goes down to this normalization of poor pay for teachers trickles down to in our institutions, especially those the staff who get employed by institutions. So yo, yeah, so sasa nimemwambia hiyo 45, and she's like, we really want you to work with us, and we are in dire need of a teacher, and we don't want to let you go. However, what you're requesting for is a bit so high. Yeah, so she told me, lakini that's a bit too high. Kambia, it's okay kama you people, it's okay kama hamfiki bei. I don't know how to put it. So it's well, and I'm really grateful you allowed me to interview with you. She was like, actually that's not it. Unaweza tufanyia mwisho kabisa ngapi? And I'm like, kwani ni biashara? What? So I tell her, I guess we can do at 43, mwisho kabisa 43k. She's like, wa hapana, mwisho kabisa. And I tell her, I ask her, how much do you normally offer? How much do you usually offer for the role? And she tells me 12k. I was baffled. That took me aback. I guess I didn't expect it. I'm like, 12? I was being paid like way much more, and it was less work. It was a good school. Anyway, tell her 12 hapana, now that one I can't. Sure. So like yo itaweza. She's like, it's okay, but how about tukikuongeza? And I tell her, fine, I'd want to hear your new offer. And she tells me, normally we don't offer this to other teachers, but for you, we'll give you 13. Tutaongeza ifike 13k. And I'm like, hey? I mean, kaambia hiyo ni kidogo sana. I can't work around that figure. And she's like, but you shouldn't worry, because there are remedial classes, and you'll get to have like additional money. You'll have some of pocket. Is it of pocket? You'll have some to pesa here and there as a remedios, because their weekly remedios, and you offer, was it 100 shillings? yeah, I think it was 100 shillings per session. It was 100 ama 200, I guess 200 ama 100 shillings per session. So I asked her, hiyo per session ni like hourly ama ni? She's like, hapana, it can extend to 2 hours or more. I'm like, what? It's not even per hour anymore. I've not experienced that in the other institutions I've worked in. No, I'm saying all this to myself quietly. I'm just thinking out loud. I'm like, what? Okay, and this is not all. There are also like weekend remedios, and you can make as much as 1,000 now on weekend. That is the much you can make. So you'll have to pay here and there on top of the salary. I'm just saying to myself, like, God, I'm definitely not taking this job, but I can't tell it to her because again, I also badly need a job, but I badly do not need this job, so I'll not work it much as I want a job. So I tell her, it's okay. And then I've actually forgotten to say something. She goes ahead to tell me why they're offering that amount, because there's been a decline in enrollment because of the new curriculum. So some people, a good number of people are taking their kids to public schools, and like so on, like a lot of narratives. And I'm like, whichever that is, I'm not buying it, because anyway, end of the day, what I need is a job, and I need to be appreciated for the work I'm doing. So I tell her, ni sawa. And okay, something else she also said is I must stay within the institution. I must live in school. Nisemanga in school or off school. Lazima nishindani ya shule. And I'm like, what if I want to rent outside? She's like, hapana. Here we advocate for teachers kukaa kwa the hostels ama the apartments that wamejengewa. And then don't worry about anything. End of the day, you can also eat the students' food. There's food in school. Is also wanafunzi nini. All the time I'm just like, I should just go home and sleep. Like I should just go home and sleep. Just sasa ini mambo gani? Anyway, so nikamwambia it's okay. I've listened to you. I've heard, and it's a good idea. I have heard what you have to offer, but also I just can't tell you I'll take the job without engaging key parties in this decision making. So you'll have to wait. You'll give me some time. I engage my parents, who are key decision makers in me taking this job, and then like once I've had their insights, I'll share with you. And please don't reach out to me. Allow me to reach out to you soon after I've engaged them in this decision making. And she's like, it's okay, we'll be looking forward to your response. So that evening I actually spoke with my parents. I did, and I decided for myself because you remember, like all along, like from the word go, after like the meeting with God, the teachers, the senior teachers, the administrators, that is what they're called, and the secretary, and now the director and their offer. I'm like, there's no way I'll take up this job. So like I'd already made the decision. So much as I'm reaching out to my parents, I already know what I want. So I'm telling them I've already gone to interview, because I'd left home that morning and I told them I'm going for an interview in this and this place, and I'll give you the feedback. So I just told them I've actually gone to my interview and I will not be taking the job. They're like, it's okay, I believe you have good reasons, which I actually mentioned to them. And thankfully things worked out later. So anyway, I called them as I'd promised. I called them and I told them I would not be taking up the job, but I wish them well, and if I hear someone who's looking for a job, I'll recommend them and share their contacts. And that is how it ended, and that is how I was able to run from a red flag job. Actually, before that, a while later, I shared a gate on one of my posts on WhatsApp, and someone is like, I worked there, and you know what, you were never getting paid. And also, like, the accommodation they talk about, it's terrible, and I'm happy for you that you didn't take up the job. I worked the job, but it's so draining, isn't it? So lucky for you, you are able to like how do we say it, you are able to know what you want earlier. Is that how I should put it? Yeah, so it's a good thing that you didn't take it. Yeah, and that is how I was able to run from a red flag job. And am I happy I made the decision? Absolutely. If I were in a position where I don't have a job and maybe that's the only job, would I take it? Certainly not. I would not. Yeah, so I think the red flags are always there from the onset. It's just that sometimes we are ignorant and sometimes we are maybe too desperate, so we decide, "Ah, after all, I don't have any other means to make money, so it's either I stay here or I die. Either way, if you choose to stay there, you'll die, and if you exit, maybe you'll also die." So I mean, I just feel that you have to choose your hard at the end of the day, but a red flag job isn't it. Yeah, thank you.